Hey, Achievers, or Raven here.
Fire.
And today we're talking about last week's episode of The Flash.
Yes, season 8, episode 7, Lockdown.
I really enjoyed it.
It was good.
Yeah. I mean, it was like all like in one place, like after that intro bit. But
yeah,
I mean, when you're talking about like what the Flash did, like all the danger took place in one place.
Danger.
Danger, Robinson.
Did I tell you about at the 90s con thing? They had the Boy Meets World cast there, but Will Friedle also voiced Ron Stoppable in Kim Possible. Yeah. And right. they had him and Christy Carlson Romano there because she was Kim Possible. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous now.
I know. I saw all the pictures and all the videos, and I'm just like, that would have been so much fun. I mean, they're gonna do it again next year, but it's in Connecticut, so it's like,
oh hell no,
really far.
Yeah, definitely not going to that.
But all the videos and pictures were just so cool and everything.
I wish I could have gone.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
My heart's sad now.
They had Melissa Joan Hart there too in the original Sabrina the Teenage Witch cast. They had Family Matters. They had House. They had Boy Meets World. They had the kids from Mrs. Doubtfire. They had a couple of the Backstreet Boys there. They had Joey Fatone from NSYNC. Like they had TLC there. The women that sing Waterfalls. Like, yeah, they had Kimberly J. Brown from Halloween Town.
Yeah. She got effed over in that final movie, and I hate them for it, but I like the movie because time travel.
Sorry, this totally doesn't have anything to do with the Flash, but I
know, right? But oh my gosh.
But yeah,
love her.
I was just watching because the company that puts on the convention was on Instagram, was sharing all these videos and pictures and all these things, and then the people that were there were also sharing that, and so I was like watching all those things, and I'm like, it's so fun. I want to be there. I want to meet these people. Right.
I want to autographs.
Well, I had met the Boy Meets World cast at Fan Expo back in 2019. So
right.
Them I had already met, but Trina McGee wasn't there, who played Angela, and she was at 90s Con. So, and Matthew Lawrence was also at 90s Con, and I didn't meet him either. So, but everybody else from it I did. But I haven't met any of the Full House cast. I haven't met any of the Family Matters cast. And so that would have been
fun. Yeah. Okay. The Flash. Instead of daydreaming about meeting my childhood heroes.
Maybe someday.
Maybe.
I mean, I did get that autograph of Tara Strong, so.
You did, and not just Tara Strong, it was the dude who played Beast Boy.
Yeah, him too.
See, I know Tara's name, but I don't know his name. Like, I love him as Beast Boy. Strictly
he's
speaking,
very interesting
Beast
in
Boy.
Real life. He's definitely weird in real life. He fits the persona of Beast Boy.
Yeah. But I love Tara. She's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I like that we didn't see Iris until the last scene.
Yeah, with her dad.
Yeah, with Joe.
I do like that. I'm sad that they're not going the route that I thought at the end of the previous episode.
Like I said, when you sent me that article about the writer, I was like, if they make it so that, because the thing he says he has to do or whatever, that's going to become permanent. I'm like, if he messes with Barry and Iris, I will riot.
Yeah.
I will physically riot.
Yeah.
I will find the studio and I will find him and I will go and be like, you ruined.
I don't think
them.
I don't think he'll do that.
He better not, because I'm not dealing with another Veronica Mars thing. Not with a show that I love. He's a fan of the
comics. He wouldn't F up them in the TV show.
I'm just saying.
You have to protect your interests.
I've had enough of writers ruining couples that I love for their own personal freaking gain.
Yeah.
Because they think that's what's best for the character. Well, let me tell you something. No, it's not.
Right. It's not.
And I like the Flash far more than I ever liked Veronica Mars. So if that happened with Barry and Iris, I would probably just stop watching television.
In general.
Or I just wouldn't invest myself in any couples anymore. I would watch TV shows, but I just wouldn't invest in the romantic couples. Because I couldn't not watch TV shows. So I would still watch TV shows, but I just wouldn't invest myself in the couples.
Right.
I just casually watch.
Yeah.
Which would be really fun for me.
I know it would. Like I'm sad that they're not doing the effed up timeline part,
Yeah, so it's literally just Iris's powers then?
Yeah. I read that in an article. It's literally just Iris's time abilities going wonky. So she they need what's his face to come back and take her back into the Speed Force thing or whatever.
The stuff that Nora and Bart did, that still happened, didn't it?
Yeah. But the hairbrush thing that led me to believe that time was being effed with is not what's happening.
Okay.
What's happening is that the thing that was putting Iris all out of sorts last season, the reason why she had to disappear for a while and go be with their Force children, that's starting to show up again. That's what that is. Things are disappearing because...
Is that ever going to get better?
Probably once she gives birth. I mean, the characters don't know she's pregnant, but come on now. She's totally pregnant and is effing with her status. And this bitch best have twins.
Seriously. It's getting close to the end of the show. If you're going to have her be pregnant, have her be pregnant. Come on.
Yeah.
Get it going.
Right?
I want to see her pregnant. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it hasn't been extremely long within the timeline of the show that she's been presenting issues. So she could still be in the early time frame, of pregnancy where she's not showing
First trimester.
I know.
Yeah.
But basically she could still not know, because if you don't pay attention to cycles, then your brain could just forget that you may or may not have had one the previous month. So if she's not paying attention, then she wouldn't notice, because she's a really busy woman,
Yeah.
So sometimes that stuff just you forget.
But you'd think that she would also be having other symptoms, not just the time stuff acting weird. you'd think that she would be more tired, or that she would be,
In the first trimester, a lot of that doesn't show up. Not
Well,
usually.
the fatigue, the tiredness and stuff is kind of a symptom that makes people realize that they could be pregnant. So,
Yeah.
And then like the morning
But
and stuff.
But she's constantly on the go, and she has been forever. So she is used to like always being tired, and like always like not having, she's used to that feeling.
Yeah.
So just drinking an extra cup of coffee during the day isn't a big deal for her. It's just another day and whatever. So because of the high stress life that she lives, she could legitimately not realize that she's overly tired because she's pregnant.
Yeah.
It could just be, oh, today was a really stressful day, or this week has been really, really stressful. So obviously I'm going to be tired, So with all of that, she could just not realize it because she's used to that feeling every once in a while, or you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like the tiredness, she could explain that away completely. And then like, she's not going to get morning sickness, she's still too early in.
But that usually happens in the first trimester though.
Right. But I don't think she's far enough along for that to be a factor yet.
Yeah.
Like within the first trimester. I don't think she's far enough along.
Because usually people that like are pregnant or whatever, they'll like, if they're on Instagram or something, they'll be off for like a couple months or whatever, because like the first trimester is really rough for them. And then after that, they're starting to feel better and things, are better, and then go back to their normal lives again. But like, so I don't know how many months in you have to be to experience morning sickness, but I know that it typically happens within the first trimester.
Right.
And I think each trimester is about 3 months, because it's a trimester, so it's probably 3 months.
Right. But I mean, we also say 9 months, but it's a little bit longer generally.
Well, there's 3 trimesters. And if there's 3 trimesters and it's 9 months, that's 3 months per trimester.
Chica. I know the math. I'm not that dense in math. Okay, I'm very dense in math, but I'm not that dense. But like, we do know, generally speaking, that 9 months is not the actual number.
Yeah,
it's a generalization.
Weeks. It's 40 weeks. So technically it's like 10 months, but most people don't go full term.
Right.
And if they do, then they have to induce them, because it's not good to have the pregnancy being late. So they usually the baby's usually born early, like a couple weeks early, or a month or whatever, if there's complications. Or it's like right on time, but if it goes over, then they induce it.
Right. Like, I'm just saying, like, you can't just say like 3 months and that's it. Like in our minds, like 3 months is yes the first trimester, but it's also like, it's not just that. It's 3 months it's a generalization so that we can wrap our minds around it. But 3 months isn't the true.
It says that morning sickness is most common during the first trimester and usually begins by 9 weeks after conception.
Oh, we don't. Well, she's also been within the Speed Force, and their Speed Force babies, So we're also not really sure how that would affect the pregnancy process.
What are you trying to do, Kat?
Hi, Aggie. So, we're not sure how that affects the pregnancy. Like, she wasn't in our plane of existence. She was within the Speed Force, Time Force thing. I say Time Force, I think Power Rangers. I'm sorry. Oh. Time Force.
Go Power Rangers.
No. Time Force. Time Force.
August, what are you doing?
Augie. Um,
Sorry.
yeah, but it was moving on from the pregnancy and the time going wrong. Well, her time abilities effing with things.
So yeah, it says it usually starts at about 6 weeks and it's at its worst at about 9 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's pretty early on.
Again, yeah, that is. Like, I thought it would be like,
because most women don't even
like a little
realize that
bit
they're
further.
pregnant until they're about 6 to 8 weeks pregnant.
Right. Generally when they start having morning sickness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she must not be like very far at all.
I mean, she could be, but like I said, she's also been surrounded by a time bubble.
Yeah.
So, like, even though she's further along, like, it could affect everything, you know?
Good, yeah.
We don't know how the forces of those three nature forces affect her pregnancy process, and we don't know how having speed babies affect the pregnancy process.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't know how those factors affect it, so we can't really equate the normal pregnancy symptoms or timetable to hers.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean,
So,
I just wonder if we're actually gonna see it soon, you know, like have her realize it and all that.
Right.
You know, so
Mm-hmm.
Chester and Allegra were
yes.
so cute.
Opening scene. That was I squealed so freaking hard. Oh my
gosh. I was just smiling so big. I'm just like, they're adorable. Oh my gosh.
I mean, you totally have all the factors of a good date. Wait, what?
He gets so awkward about it.
Like,
he gets so awkward and he's just like, yeah, you too, what you said. And
she's like, yes.
I don't know. I think they're just so adorable together. Like, their adorableness. They're nerdy. They're both so freaking nerdy, and it's just so cute.
They are. It is. I love their whole the second that they had before Caitlin walked in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, oh my god. That was adorable too.
Yeah. But nothing else really happened and later on in the episode with them. You said there was something later, and it was mainly just that with them, wasn't it?
It was a cute little moment.
Yeah,
just the intro to and then when he was streaming, like it was a cute moment between them. Like, like it was so adorable. I don't know, like it's not as interesting happened in the beginning, but it was adorable, and like you haven't seen them in that situation before, so I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. But yeah, I love how Caitlin just walked in and effed everything up. I love how his viewers were like, her sister sounds more interesting.
Who's this girl?
Yeah. Who's this girl? She's boring. Her sister sounds really fun though.
Yeah.
But I think Caitlin got some really good soul searching done in this. I just wish we got to see more of it than what we were shown. Like her realization about why she's acting the way she is, you know, like I wanted to see that moment of clarity for her, but we didn't get to do that. Instead, we got she's in her room on the couch talking to her sister because she had the realization hours ago after she went off the screen. You know, like,
yeah,
I wish we could have seen for her. Instead of her mulling it over at the bar and fade to black, go somewhere else, and then later on, oh yeah, no, it's because of Ronnie and blah blah blah. And I was like,
We're gonna see Ronnie again though. I keep forgetting what episode they said he was gonna show up in.
really? It's probably another episode.
I think it was like
the
episode
kid.
8 or 9 or something like that.
Yeah, it's probably another episode with they probably go back in time again and whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe like that time period of the
I think it was part of like a flashback thing they were gonna do.
or like pass, and then they see Ronnie because he's with the Legends and he comes, helps them or something
Mm-hmm.
with Stein. That could be a thing
Yeah.
as Firestorm. Because there's no reason for them to go further back than they did, and going further back than that. I mean, to go back to the time when Ronnie was around with Firestorm before he joined Legends, you know. But that's just, I don't know. There's really to do there. I don't think. But yeah, those are the options. But when Caitlin was talking to Frost, I was just like, wait, you put yourself out there before? Like, it took me a while to remember this girl being big before. Because she's been single for so long. I forgot she was married to Ronnie. I forgot he existed within like her realm of, influence.
Yeah.
Like, because
Because what?
Because we don't even see the superhero anymore,
Yeah.
like we don't see Firestorm in any manner of the word anymore. So it's like, okay, how am I supposed to remember this character ever existed if I don't even see Stein or Jax? Like,
Right.
So like, it took me forever to realize, no, this girl was married.
Yeah.
In their whole conversation, I was just like, who the hell is she talking about? She stepped out before? Like, what? It took me a minute.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I remembered before that talk was.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. I guess I'm glad that she's gonna go on a double date with her sister. I guess that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, what about Kramer?
Yeah, Kramer
The
and
whole
Barry.
flash.
Kramer and Barry working
Like,
together.
It's like, I don't know. Like, I guess because we know where Joe's coming from, angry at Barry that he wasn't listening to Kramer, the point of view, because we know everything about Kramer that Joe does, but Barry doesn't. So it's like, we're like, give her a damn chance, you idiot. And Barry's just like, like 4 weeks ago, Kramer wanted to shoot me with meta bullets. Now she's like, okay. Like, whereas Joe's like, she went through something, man. We both did. I trust her with my life. And I'm like, so do I.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, I know it was more than 4 weeks ago. I was just being,
Yeah.
But like,
No,
I was like, Barry, get your head out your ass. Trust this woman. She saved Joe's life. But they became bonded under fire, man. She used Godspeed, super speed to save Joe's life. What are you doing, Barry? Like, I don't know. Like, I was just like, dude, give her a damn. Like, I know that they poked fun at the Flash phone, but that's a real thing. Okay, that thing exists in the comics, and I think in a couple cartoons. So
I mean,
just
some of the stuff
Flash
in the
phone.
comics is actually pretty silly that they don't always use in the shows.
I know, but they dissed the
Like
Flash
the Flash
phone.
phone.
Okay, you know what?
No, I'm not dissing on it. I'm just saying.
I mean, I don't know. Like, it could have, like, they could have come up with a system like a watch, you know, where if they're in trouble, they hit it instead of like finding your cell phone. Like, cell phone is the first thing that the evil guys are going to take away from you. Put it on a damn watch. Hit the button and oh my god, like have it be something you have to flip the head up for and then hit it so that you're not accidentally bumping it. But at least that way you can call for help without having your cell phone. You know, like, just push the button and then it sends the alert to the system, and then Barry gets it on his phone because Barry doesn't have super hearing like Supergirl, so it can't emit a sound that alerts her to danger. People use that in fanfics a lot so that Kara knows that someone's in danger. I don't remember if that was on the show now or not. I don't think it was. But like they'd wear like a watch, and if someone was in danger or something was happening and Kara wasn't around, they'd push the watch button, and then it would send out like this high like the watches would blink, and so everyone, like, because Alex worked at the DEO, she could send out reinforcements. So her watch would blink and Kara's watch would blink to let them know that someone was in trouble, and Kara would fly to, because it'd be like there's sound that Kara could hear. So she'd fly to the location, take care of business, and Alex would come in with the DEO and mop everything up. You know, and then like they'd turn the beacon off and stuff. But you know, like, it's just like that's an easy way to take care of business. Like they should do that with the Flash. Like, just connect it to the system goes off, Barry's phone like vibrates a certain frequency or some, I don't know, you know, like he's like, oh no, someone's in trouble, clicks the GPS location and goes, like, you know, like it's I think it'd be a really good system.
But I like how brave Kramer was.
Yes. Especially when we found out that the bullets weren't even in the precinct, that she gave them to Arias.
And I like how his freaking ringtone was "Love is a Battle."
This dude is so obsessed. Oh,
that was great.
This dude is like, him and Black are just.
I don't remember them from.
You don't remember her? Remember when Caitlin was Frost and she was like evil and like got all like gang affiliated and whatnot with the girl that like controlled metal? That's Amunet Black.
No, I remember her. I mean the two guys, the gold guy.
Oh, well, the last time we saw Amunet, her and this dude, her and this dude were going against each other in a heist, and they were fighting, and they were like actually attacking each other, her with the metal, him with the gold. And the Flash just like walks up on this or speeds up on this. He's like, y'all gonna do my job for me. Like, you know, and so like he does like this whole marriage counseling session with him. It was hilarious. And then after that, like, I mean, I don't know if they're actually married or they're just dating, but at least back then they were just dating, but they had broken up, so they were in a fight, and then they met on a heist, and like they were like fighting over the heist, you know. And so Barry had to, like, you know, be a counselor between them and make them realize that they still really liked each other, and they were just fighting because they were hurt and they needed to get back together, and so he got them together. So this was all his fault.
So it's Amunet Black that he's talking to.
Yes. But he's like, "You're my baby." I'm like, oh my gosh. Dude. Like, what? Like, he's the weird one, and Amunet is like, I don't like her in a relationship with him boggles my mind because she's so like tough, you know, in all the scenes we've seen her with. But when it comes to him, she's just like a little puppy. And I'm like, but that's not Amunet. Like,
love changes people.
I know. But like, I don't remember ever seeing him before that. So like, I don't think we ever really got to see who he was as a villain, or, you know, a wannabe villain. You know, like we never got to see him in that role before they got together. So I think that would have been really interesting to get to know him like we got to know her. But yeah,
I just thought it was funny how he was like so mean, and then like whenever she called, he was like, "Hey, baby," you know.
He's like, "No, he's doing this." I'm like, oh my gosh, like, dude.
And then his ringtone, oh my gosh.
Yeah. I love how Mary's just like, "You gonna get that?"
He's like, seriously.
I need to focus, and that song is not helping.
I mean, it's a great song. I just thought it was funny that he had that.
Right. Oh.
But yeah, I mean, I kept wanting him to be like, wanting, you know, him to tell Kramer that he's the Flash. And then just as he was about to, she's like, "I already know that you're the Flash." And he's like, "Wait, what?"
And then she pulls out the wrist thing. Yeah, you wouldn't have been able to survive this if you weren't. Like, oh.
But that was just cool how like he said he would help her with her powers and like,
yes,
and everything, and like she's not upset that he's the Flash, and like, you know.
Right. I mean, it also makes sense because he was able to get all that paperwork done within like the 3 hours that they talked about it. Like, I mean, really, you did all that legwork. You can't show up on time for anything, Barry, and you got all that legwork done in 3 hours. Like, let's be a little less inconspicuous, shall we? Yeah, just I like how Barry was like, even before she realized or he revealed, you know, he took her under his wing and was just like, he became a teacher, you know, even before she accepted his help. You know, like, you can do this, you just have to trust in yourself, you know.
Yeah,
dude, I can't wait until she gets her like own outfit. you know, when she joins the team, yo. That's gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, is there anything else?
I like how both of the boyfriends are Mark and Marcus.
I don't. I got.
I mean, I just think it's funny that they both have that name.
Right.
Like, I don't like it necessarily, but I just think it's interesting that they both have that name.
Mm-hmm. Dude, Mark calling Marcus Dr. Ficus. Like, I know that's his name.
Mm-hmm.
And he made a lot of plant puns.
He did.
But my mind can't help but think, I'm sorry, Caitlin, you always end up with the wrong guys. Because in my mind,
she was good with Tom Felton's character.
That's true. That's like the only guy that worked out besides Ronnie.
Yeah.
All the others were villains.
I mean, Mark with Frost that's fine. Like, I like that.
Yeah. Right.
But this guy that's Caitlin's with, no, not really.
There's no.
At first, I was like, oh, they're kind of cute, and then I'm
there's
like,
no
he's
attraction
kind of boring. He
is. See, the thing is that I think, Dr. Ficus isn't just a name that they put together so they can make plant puns.
Mm-hmm.
He's a character.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember if he becomes a villain or what the hell, but something happens, and I'm pretty sure he becomes a plant guy.
Becomes a what?
You know, a plant guy.
Mm.
You know, or like something happens, because I wouldn't know the name Dr. Ficus. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it just sounds like a comic book villain name, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Ficus. Like, but I think it has to be an obscure one, because otherwise people would have shipped him and Poison Ivy a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's just got me thinking of Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy and how like adorable they are as a couple. And anyway, I've been shipping them for years.
Yeah.
Dude, low-key, I think I shipped them in the 90s in the show.
Oh, and Batman the Animated Series.
Because she showed up once or twice, and they had some weird scenes, and I was a child. And
I'll have to watch it sometime. I don't know. I'm just not into Batman enough.
No, I do not. You know me. I do not like Batman at all. Come on, he's so boring. But I loved the show because it didn't really focus. Like, it focused a lot on Batman, yes, but it focused more on Tim Drake and Barbara Gordon, and you know, it was more like the kids.
Yeah.
And you got to see, like, I don't know, it was really good, and I enjoy. It's the only Batman thing that I like.
Nice.
Batman Beyond is, I deal with it. I've watched it, but I think I finished it. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I'm pretty sure Dr. Ficus isn't someone we'll be seeing around Caitlin's arm for a very long time. I don't see that lasting for a long time at all. But yeah, so
yeah, I get it.
Yeah. The I don't know what happens in next week's episode, but I can't, or this week's episode, but I can't wait for it. You know, it
Yeah, I
seems
I
exciting.
saw the promo. I mean, I forgot though. I'm like, wait, what?
Right. But I really need their forest children to show up and help Iris, and
Mhm.
I would love it if
It's called The Fire Next Time.
the fire next time.
Mhm.
You're right. Please, I didn't do anything, I swear. If he is innocent, we have to help him.
You're asking us to believe something impossible.
If anyone had when I was a kid, my dad wouldn't have gone to jail. I will do everything with my power to clear his name.
Okay. All bad guys say they're innocent, and all innocent guys say they're innocent. So why is he just choosing this one guy out of all the people that he's like put away?
I don't know.
I mean, more power to him, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. So that was an interesting promo.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I don't know if it's more of a filler or what, but
It looks like it.
yeah.
Anyways, anything left to talk about?
I don't think so. I mean,
Neither
you
do
know, Iris's powers are acting up, and that's the
Mhm.
issue. I mean, Nora and Bart still messed up the future or the past, I mean.
Mhm.
So Iris was still with Eddie earlier and all that crap,
Yeah.
but
We don't know how that affects everything because we haven't been privy to it yet. Or it might not affect anything. We don't know.
I hope it doesn't.
Well, I hope it does because I mean, it doesn't have to affect anything within our timeline because they're still going around fixing stuff. So it could just be, you know, them fixing it before time solidifies, you know.
Yeah.
But I want something to have gone wrong so that they have to go back and fix it with Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just, if something doesn't go wrong, then that's just bad writing.
Right.
Because logically speaking, something has to go wrong because that is wrong. That's drastically wrong within the timeline.
Right. Like anytime you alter something in the past, it's going to have consequences.
Mm-hmm. And we need to see what they are.
So, yeah.
Okay. I think that's it.
Yeah.
So I suppose
Until next time, keep believing in the
believing
impossible.
in the impossible.